Hi. So Tuesday, 28th of April. Tuesday because I'm telling you that in case you don't know what day it is, because I don't know about you, but there are some days where I'm not quite sure. How are you managing? How are you surviving? I hope all is well with you as we go through this lockdown period together. For some people it's easier than others. For some, we are struggling terribly to keep our mood up. For other people, we are finding that there's maybe not enough hours in the day to get things done because you've realised how many things you have been wanting to do. For other people, maybe you're just having a roller coaster. So quite a few of you will still be key workers and will be out, and thank you so much for doing that. So these cards have been pulled just to give a general sort of feeling. And I pulled them from the Kyle Gray Oracle deck, which is a beautiful card deck with artwork by Lily Moses, and it's called Angels and Ancestors, and it's a 55 card deck. It's beautiful. So if you like the cards, that's where they came from. The first two cards, the Wise One and the Mirror Guardian, jumped out of the deck as I was shuffling with the intention of giving a message that people needed to hear today. And the Lady card then was the third card that popped out of the deck. So I just wanted to talk to you about each one. And I hope that you take from it what you will. If anything doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Just let it go on. This is not set in stone. This is just my personal interpretation of the cards. And if I say anything you don't agree with, that's okay too, because we don't all have to agree. So to take from it this what you will. This card, the Wise One, has spoken to me to say that this is our chance. This lockdown is unprecedented. This time in our lives where the world has essentially stopped. It's a time for us where we can grow and we can lean on our experience and we can dig deep. Okay. Now, I'm not going to put pressure on you or judge you if you're struggling just even to get through your day, because a lot of people are struggling just to get through their day. And that's okay. If all you can do today is get up and get washed, that's fine. If all you can do today is manage to do the bare necessities that keep you alive, that's okay. Nobody's asking you to become a concert violinist and to learn 3 languages and write 16 books in this period of lockdown. Okay. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who are doing their very best to learn new skills, and that's wonderful. If it comes from your organic place, from deep within you, that's something that you've been wanting to do, then by all means, please do it. But don't do it because you feel you have to. Don't do it because you feel that you must have something productive to show at the end of this lockdown period, whenever that may be. However, this card does say to you to find some sort of routine and structure to help yourself in the best way possible by maintaining what you know deep inside to be good for you. Because it's easy to get bored, it's easy to get complacent, it's easy to allow things just to slide on past us, where we just go, I can't be bothered. What's the point? And it's hard to get down. When you get down into that hole, it's very hard to get out of again. Yes, there are things that aren't great right now, but there's also a lot of positivity, and I think it's important that we focus on that. This Wise Woman card, the Wise One, shows this crone wisdom, this older lady wisdom. That we've got the owl, which also symbolises wisdom. We've got the crescent moon, which is about the cycles of life and the cycles of everything that we go through. And then we've got the raven as well, which is significant for me because one of my power animals is raven, and I lean a lot on raven at this time, and it's the intelligence of the animal kingdom is something that, as a shamanic practitioner, I work with every day. So we can use this situation to grow, okay? Whatever the situation you may find yourself in. And everyone's not necessarily in the same boat. There are people who are desperately struggling financially. There are people who are struggling emotionally, mentally, physically. There are people who have lost loved ones. There are people who are, out working, serving the community every day. There are hundreds and thousands of different scenarios. Okay. So this is not a sweeping generalization to say that this is a wonderful time and we should all be growing and doing all these wonderful things. That's not what this is about. This is saying your personal situation is presented to you at this time, and you have a choice as to whether you allow it to help you grow or whether you just sit back and let it pass you by. Because I think this is an opportunity that we may not get again in our lifetimes to actually do something positive to change. I'll come back to the lady card in a moment. The Mirror Guardian card then came up, which asks us to take time to reflect. And it's an angel looking into a mirror and having the universe reflected back to her. And what this says is that what we put out comes back to us. What we think, what we feel, what we say comes back to us. And this is just a general law of physics, of resonance that we have. We match the vibration, because if you know yourself, if it's if you wake up in the morning and decide it's going to be a crap day, then it will be a crap day. And if you decide you're going to see the positives and things, then you will. So I'm asking you to think about, what are you consuming right now? Are you focusing on the fear and the stress and the anxiety and the conspiracy theories? My God, the conspiracy theories are rife right now. Okay. Are you focusing on those? Are you spending your whole day reading about them and looking into them and then worrying about them and then going, oh my God, that makes so much sense? And I have to say there's an element of the spiritual community that's feeding that fear. Probably with really good intentions, trying to get us all to wake up, but at the same time, it's maybe not coming from the right place. And I'm sure that there's probably some truth somewhere along the line in some of these, but other ones are just really fear mongering. So what are you consuming? We can reflect and we can put out all the loveliness that's there. I mean, look at the positives that are coming out of this. There are people who are being kinder and more compassionate, who are helping. There's a greater sense of community and community spirit. There is cleaner air. There are lower fuel prices. There are beautiful healings going on in the natural world. And it's certainly time. I mean, as a collective, what we were putting out previously before all this was nuts. There was fear, anxiety, stress, consumerism, greed, the need to go for more and more and more and more and more and more and more, and then bang, it's all crashed down around our ears. And the natural world's coping really well without us. So we need to rethink our place. We need to remember our place. And rather than trying to say that we're the top linchpins of it all, we're actually not. We're the ones causing a lot of the damage. And personally, from a shamanic point of view, I think it's no coincidence that the outpouring of grief and sadness about the burning of the lungs of our planet when the Amazon rainforest was on fire, and when the fires in Australia, and all the natural damage that was caused to our natural world, it's no coincidence that this virus is now affecting our lungs. And, it's what we put out, we get back. So it's about focusing and reflecting. What are you putting out? And what are you getting back? Which leads me then on to this last card, the Lady, which is the card that sort of sits in the position of what's coming next. And it asks us to enjoy the growth and reap the rewards. In other words, what seeds are we planting now, we will reap later. So leaning on your wisdom, digging deep into the experience and the wisdom of the Wise One card, looking and reflecting at what we're putting out and what is getting mirrored back to us. What seeds are we planting? Are we planting seeds of a more compassionate, more environmentally aware, more community orientated, more fair, more balanced community that's in balance with nature? Or are we wanting quickly to return back to normal, which really was full of greed and consumerism and hate and just excess? I think we've all realised that there's more important things than having the latest iPhone or the latest, gadget. There's more to life than all of that. Technology is wonderful. It's helping us all stay in touch. It's certainly helping me as a business owner stay in touch with my clients and to help reach people who may need help or healing. However, the most important thing of all of this is that health and well-being and your family have to come first, which in turn then gets extended out to your community, and you look after your community and your community looks after you. So let's reap the rewards of a new and positive society, and let's use this time far more carefully so that we can grow within this current situation. reflect on what we're putting out and what we're bringing back. And then we can reap the beautiful rewards. So I hope in some way these thoughts will serve you in some way, and you can take from it what you will. Maybe you don't take anything from it, and that's fine. That's fine. But maybe it has spoken to you in some way. If you would like a card reading, do please get in touch with me, because I'm still offering plenty of services. I'm doing distance healing work. I have an art sale on at the moment on my art website. And I'm also doing card readings for people. And that can be done face-to-face over Zoom or Skype, or it can just be done by email. So there's loads of information there. And if you need to find out anything, either pop a comment below this video and I'll get back to you, or you can check out what's on offer by looking at the website, www.roxandrituals.co.uk. So all I'd like to say now is stay safe, stay well, and I hope to speak to you very soon. And thank you so much for watching.